balita ngayon. Trending at pinag-uusapan ngayon sa mundo ng social media. Ang di umano'y balitang mukhang sadyang ang katotohanan na talaga ang siyang hahatol at mananaig laban sa kasinungalingan. At kahit anong pilit niyong gawan ng mga kasinungalingan ng mga Duterte ay sadyang lalabas at lalabas talaga ang buong katotohanan. Senator Jinggoy Estrada, tila binasag na ang katahimikan at tila tahasang sinampal ng katotohanan at kahihiyan ang CIDG General na si Nicolas Torre III sa isinagawang pagdinig ng Senado tungkol sa di umano'y iligal na pag-aresto ng dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Pero bago ang lahat, kung bago ka pa lamang sa aming channel, please huwag kalimutang mag-like, subscribe at i-click ang notification bell para mas maging updated ka pa lalo sa lahat pa ng bagong video na i-upload namin. At eto na nga mga kababayan, kahit ano pa ang kasinungalingan at palusot ang gawin mo, lumabag ka sa mata ng batas at sa maraming Pilipino. Sa kauna-unahang pagkakataon, matapang at tahasang sinupalpal at nahuli mismo sa viral video ng senador na si Jinggoy Estrada ang CIDG General na si Nicolas Torre III matapos mga tuwiran na tila upon his order ipinag-utos raw nila talaga na hindi papasukin ang pangalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas na si Sara Duterte Carpio bilang abogado ng kanyang ama na si dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Tila matapang na nanindigan at mukhang gigil na gigil sa galit na lumabas sa investigasyon ng Senado ang senador na si Senator Jinggoy Estrada, kung saan tila harap-harapan at matapang nitong tinanong si Nicolas Torre III kung para sa kanya ba tama ang ginawa nito bukod sa pinagbantaang hihilain daw umano ang dating Pangulo na si Rodrigo Duterte o ang sinumang abogadong humarang sa umano'y iligal na pag-aresto o nakapalikod rito. At bukod pa rito, hindi pa raw nito pinapasok ang Vice President na si Sara Duterte na mismong anak at abogado ni dating Pangulong Duterte. Sa nangyaring pagdinig sa pagpapatuloy ng mga katanungan ni Senator Jinggoy Estrada, mukhang ipinahiwatig nito na tila nilabag raw ni Nicolas Torre ang Bill of Rights ng dating Pangulong Duterte, kung saan ayon sa Section 1, person shall be deprived of life, liberty, of property without due process of law. Ito raw ang hindi nalalaman ni Nicolas Torre III na tila nilabag niya mismo oras na nangyari ang di umano'y iligal na pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Rodrigo Duterte. Dahil sa balitang ito, matapang na nagkomento ang marami sa ating mga kababayan at maging ang ilang mga abogado na tila pinatunayang lumabag raw di umano at maari raw makasuhan ang nasabing general at CIDG chief na si Nicolas Torre III matapos ang kanyang di umano'y iligal na pag-aresto kay dating Pangulong Duterte. Narito at panuorin ang full video kung saan matapang at tahasang nanindigan at hindi nakapagpigil ang senador na si Senator Jinggoy Estrada at tila harap-harapang sinupalpal sa harap mismo ng Senado ang nasabing general at CIDG chief na si Nicolas Torre III. Narito at panuorin ang full video.
They only disembarked when the electronic copy was produced and given to them. So, kaya sila lumabas. And when they step out of the plane, at the junction of the moving part of the tube, PG Fadulyon met them and attempted to read the rights to President Duterte. And all of them said, pwede ba mamaya na yan at pa-diffuse muna natin ang attention. Doon na lang sa 250th Airlift Wing. So, we acceded to that request. We arrived at the 250th Airlift Wing. They were given refreshments. They were allowed to refresh. They were allowed to, para generally pababain lang ang tension ng lahat. And then we, after an hour or two, we returned, and that was the video that you saw when I was reading the rights in the cell phone, which basically it's memorized already. So just a formality, and then they asked at that juncture, they asked for the written, they want a printed copy. So I went out of the room, stepped out of the room, printed it, and gave it to them.
Okay, yung printed copy, may allegation na redacted copy daw to. Hindi daw kumpleto, hindi daw buo. Parang simplified lang or pinaiklian. Tama ba? O buong buo?
Buong buo yun, ma'am. It was
ilang pahina?
15 pages.
Yung 15 pages na kumakalat ngayon,
Yes,
yun na yun? So
Yes,
yun
ma'am.
din ang naibigay doon sa Villamor.
Yes, ma'am. That was properly received by Attorney Delgra in assigned
So Attorney
receiving copy.
Delgra.
Yes, ma'am.
Pero nakita ko sa ating video na iba ang pangyayari tungkol sa abogado. Pwede bang panoorin natin?
Humiram ako ng 10,000 pesos at 300 pesos lang ang binabayaran ko bawat buwan. Humiram ako ng 20,000 pesos at 500 lang ang binabayaran ko bawat buwan.
Humiram ako ng 40,000 pesos at ang interest ko mas maganda pa kaysa sa inyo.
Paano mo nagawa yun?
Gamit ko ang Moka, mababa ang interest at pwede kang magbayad ng installment. Plus, pwede kang humiram ng hanggang 50,000 pesos. Legit na platform, safe at maasahan. At hindi ka nila sisingilin ng extra.
Ang saya naman. Pero mahirap siguro mag-apply, di ba?
Hindi. Kailangan mo lang ang iyong phone number at ID at pwede ka na mag-apply online. Hindi ka naniniwala? I-click ang link sa ibaba at subukan mo na.
May limit ako ng 46,000 pesos. Wow! May limit ako ng 48,000 pesos.
Ano pa inaantay mo? I-click ang link sa ibaba at mag-apply na para sa iyong credit limit.
Tired of dim, boring lights ruining your parties? Experience Vibrant City Goods mini laser projector, transforming any space into a disco stage. Place your order now and enjoy an even lower price. Don't miss out. Order now on Lazada for immediate ambience enhancement.
Kayo, kanina pa eh. Hindi naman lahat, ilan ang hinuli ngayong araw na to, sir? Sa iba-ibang mga krimen. Ilan ang binigyan ng ganitong...
Kasi nandito kayo lahat eh. Nag-iisang tao.
Ilan ang binigyan ng
Nag-iisang
ganitong...
tao, dami krimen sa labas.
Presidential lang kayo namin.
Sir, hindi kami
Sir, ma'am,
humingi ng
please, ma'am.
pabor. Just invoke Article 59. Bakit hindi yan magawa-gawa?
Attorney, you will be
That's precisely the point that I'm saying. That's precisely the point.
Please lang, bawal hawakan.
Attorney, you will be removed.
Bawal hawakan. Bawal hawakan. Tumayo ko na lang. Bawal
The right to
hawakan.
counsel is something that has to be observed
Right to counsel.
and
Huwag
respected.
kayong umawak. Kaya na kayong pakialam sa huwag yan. Ano yung lawyer? Ano yung lawyer? Bawal.
Huwag na tayo
Nag-uusap pa kami.
Huwag mo hawakan yung lawyer. Huwag mo hawakan.
Nag-uusap pa kami.
Huwag mo hawakan. Huwag mo hawakan. Huwag mo.
Nag-uusap pa kami.
Attorney, please,
Huwag mo hawakan.
Is this what you want? Is this what you want, Mr. President?
Huwag mo hawakan. Time lang eh. Time lang.
Kayo mga
Huwag mo hawakan yung nanay ko! Tangina mo!
Kayo mga sundalo, tanungin ko kayo, anong kasalanan ko?
Okay, dito sa video nakikita na si General Torre hinihila yung abogado. Standard procedure po ba ito ng
Madam Chair?
PNP? Bakit mo kinakaladkad yung abogado? Hindi ba karapatan ng isang akusado, arestado na magkaroon ng abogado? Bakit ayaw ninyong palapitin yung abogado?
Gabi na ho yan, ma'am. That's already the time that I'm forcing everyone to board the plane. I'm already forcing the former president to board the plane, ma'am. Tapos na yung napakarami ng optics sa kanilang ginawa dyan, ma'am. And
Interesting use po of force. You were forcing them.
Yes,
So you
ma'am.
admit you forced them. You use violence.
I have to because they won't go with us voluntarily, ma'am. So I have tried all the lahat ng pakiusap ay
Naku,
ginawa na
General
namin
naman,
buong
sa
araw.
dinami-dami ng pulis, ang tanda-tanda na, may sakit pa. Sa palagay mo, masisindak pa yun. O kaya bang lumaban nun?
In fairness to the president, ma'am, after I handcuffed E.S. Mijaldea and told Attorney Delgado that he's the next one to be handcuffed and boarded on the bus, the former president actually acceded and said, sige na, alis na tayo. And you saw that on video.
Well,
It was
nakita namin,
Romy.
di ba, hinihila mo yung upuan. Hindi ba dapat, talagang General Torre, kailangan makinig ka doon sa sinasabi ng abogado? Di ba karapatan nun?
I have already arrested, I even arrested E.S. Mijaldea, ma'am, for obstruction of justice and placed handcuffs on him. That was already the last parts because masyado ng gabi, aabutin na kami ng umaga doon, ma'am. It's
Ilang
already
oras na?
unreasonable.
2 oras pa lang. Ikalalanding lang ng Hong Kong ng alas 10. Alas
12
12
hours.
pa lang to.
12 hours, ma'am.
Kaya nga, anong oras to? Kasi
Mga
sabi
7
mo
o'clock na-
kanina, 10 o'clock.
Mga 8 o'clock yan,
dumating.
ma'am. Yung kay Delgra.
O, anong oras na
Mga
yun?
8 o'clock yan, ma'am.
Sa umaga na yan? Gabi.
7 o'clock, 8 o'clock ng gabi na yan, ma'am.
8
Si
a.m.
Delgra.
Ay, 8 p.m.
Yes, ma'am.
Gaano katagal na yon?
10 hours, ma'am? 9 hours?
Naka 9 to 10 hours na. So, sa palagay mo, si former president had sufficient chance to challenge na the validity of the arrest. So, sinasabi ninyo na 9 to 10 hours na yan. Kasi nakuha niya yung warrant nung alas 12 mahigit, hating gabi lampas, ano? Tapos,
Tanghali, ma'am. Tanghali, ma'am. Niya nakuha ang
okay,
warrant.
tapos, tumagal pa sila ng ilang oras.
11 hours.
Ng 11 hours, sinasabi po ninyo.
Yes, ma'am. They attended to serve the warrant when they disembarked. They asked that it be deferred until they reached 250. Upon reaching 250, they asked for some refreshments and they cooled down. Upon being more calm and after conferring with their lawyers, the warrant of arrest was served in toto, in full, and their rights were read.
So sa tingin ninyo, itong 9 to 10 hours sapat na para sa isang pangkaraniwan tao na makakuha ng sariling abogado, tapos i-check yung kanyang warrant, pagkatapos mag-draft, mag-file ng maayos na petisyon ng habeas corpus. Ganun ba yun?
Ma'am, you must, I think the records showed that there were 3 lawyers with him in conference with him during the entire time. Attorney Delgra.
Paano makakapag-file yun? Gabing-gabi na, hindi naman court hours.
They had filed a case of a TRO with the Supreme Court. They tried their legal remedy. It was duly recorded and there was no TRO given by the court, ma'am. So, ma'am, just to be clear, they had their chance to seek legal remedy as shown by the actions of their lawyers by approaching the Supreme Court. So there was no due process denied, ma'am.
Siguro sasabihin ko at tatanungin ko kay Attorney Medina, ang ating constitutionalist po rito, masasabi ba natin na nabigyan si PRRD ng sapat na pagkakataon para alamin itong validity ng kanyang, yung katotohanan ng kanyang pag-aaresto? Ilang oras ba yung sinasabi natin na sufficient time, yung sapat na panahon?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just to clarify, I will just be consistent with the opinion that I posted. That there was no reasonable opportunity. That is not to denigrate or cast aspersion on the character or competence of our officials. And also, I have very limited facts when I wrote the opinion. But just to, as a comparison, if you filed an extrajudicial proceeding, if you will file a petition, the court will order the arrest. The subject of the arrest will have the opportunity to answer. And then the court will have the opportunity also present evidence. The court will have the opportunity to weigh the evidence and then issue the ruling. For example, in the case of Mark Jimenez, he had more or less over a year to dispute his extradition. So if that would be the standard, that might be considered reasonable opportunity to be heard.
So yung sinasabi nila na naka-10 oras na nag-iintay, talagang panay pa rin ang tutol, hindi sapat na panahon yun. Kasi magpipila ka pa ng kaso, magdadraft ka pa ng petition, dadalhin mo pa. Hindi po ba? So hindi pa rin sapat kahit sabihin natin matagal sila nandun sa airport?
I will just be consistent with what I wrote, Your Honor. Your Honor, my initial view was yes, 6 hours, office hours, or less, 5 hours, to seek relief from the courts may not be characterized as reasonable opportunity to be heard. Of course, that is disputable. That's just my personal opinion with limited facts. I'm sure the officers concerned have good reasons, and that can easily be disputed in court. Thank you.
Yes, para sa amin medyo mabigat nga yung 4-5 oras na bukas ang korte, no? Kasi hindi naman pwede yung hating gabi at hindi naman bukas pa. Talagang alam natin itong mga extradition at kung ano-ano pa, talagang taon-taon yan tumatagal. hindi oras-oras kahit naiinip na tayo. Kahit sinasabi ni General Torre, nakakapikon na yung optics nila. Kung ano-ano nang ginagawa, kinakailangan pa rin binibigyan natin ng pagkakataon. So, sa palagay mo, ilang oras ba dapat? Kasi hindi naman bukas ang korte nun, hindi naman office hours eh.
From Cardinal Santos, we offered also the services of the PNP doctors, and we also offered the services of the post-hospital doctors there in the Philippine Air Force.
Hindi, pero ang mahalaga, yung doktor na talagang doktor niya.
Yes, ma'am. They came from the Cardinal Santos is their doctors. What they are actually asking, they even asked for ECG, and the ECG came. That was very, very different from the ordinary Filipinos. And they're asking for, I think, executive checkup. That's one thing that we did not accede to.
Ang sinasabi
Madam Chair,
ninyo,
if I may.
Po? Yes, Senator Jinggoy. So, walang katotohanan doon sa sinasabi na hindi ninyo pinagbigyan yung sarili niyang doktor?
No, ma'am. Not true, ma'am.
Okay.
They requested the doctor. The doctors arrived. He was given an ECG. Subsequently, they asked Ms. Hanilet, the common law partner of the former president, for a list of his prescribed medicines. She declined. We asked a rundown of his pre-existing medical conditions. She declined. We asked what allergies he had. She declined. We asked that she board the flight with him going to The Hague. She declined. So all those rights accorded to him were given, and the doctor was given, and we tried to extract as much information as possible, but they all declined.
Okay, Senator Jinggoy, I believe that Secretary John Vic said that these are untrue, that this was all fake news, that in fact his rights were honored, and in fact they provided an ECG which is above and beyond the usual practice. Yes, Senator Estrada, please.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Let it be known that I am not protecting or I am not defending anyone, much less the former president of the Republic of the Philippines, President Duterte, since I am an ally of this administration led by President Bongbong Marcos, and at the same time a friend of Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. Now, since you've been asking the questions addressed to General Torre, may I ask General Torre, how did you think did you handle the arrest of former President Duterte properly?
Yes, sir. I do, sir. It's proper.
It was proper. But when I saw the video, it was really, for me as a citizen of this country, it was really unbelievable. It was a very, very big disappointment. Because I can relate, General. Because when we were arrested, way back 2001, together with my father, the same thing happened. All right, we were in the wee hours of the morning. We were the policemen barged in our hospital room at the Veterans Memorial Hospital. They were arresting us. They wanted us to be transferred to another detention cell because after the May 1 siege, at ano sabi ng mga police? Kalad ka rin na yan mga yan pag ayaw sumama. At the same time, when I saw the video, parang nag-flashback sa akin yung ginawa ng mga kapulisan ng araw sa amin. At ang sabi mo, hihilahin ko yan, hihilahin ko yan. Is that what you said, General Torre?
Sir, it's already all optics and tactics already because it's already.
No, I am asking you. Did you say that? Hihilahin ko, hihilahin
Yes,
ko.
sir. And I actually made good of it, sir.
No. What prompted you to say that?
Sir, I made good of it, sir. Sabi ko, sir, hihilain ko yan. And I went back to AS Medialdea, handcuff him.
Bakit mo nga sinasabi? You know, your statements based on the video may reflect the PNP as an institution. Baka sabihin lahat ng ating mga kababayan, ganyan pala yung mga pulis. Masyadong wala man lang respeto sa matanda.